pressing on the left side versus the right. So today, don't really feel like doing anything super intense, and I don't know. Over the past couple of days, I've kind of wanted to explore some more bodybuilding style movements, I guess. But as with kind of everything I do, there's probably going to be some sort of unconventional element to some of it. Um, yeah, so today it's most likely going to be chest, back, and shoulders. Uh, that's kind of no real reason except that's what I kind of feel like doing. And also with like kettlebells and the club and stuff, the chest does get involved, but it's never like the primary muscle group, at least not in my opinion. And so I think it's probably good that I dedicate some time to it. In any case, starting off with alternate incline presses, but with a reverse grip or an underhand grip. Looks like this. So using two 30-pound dumbbells, um, the reverse grip is much harder than regular grip, at least for me. So the reason I'm holding the dumbbells reverse is I think I have a bad habit of wanting to flare out my elbows, and by reversing the grip, I force the elbow to be tightly, like be more tight against my body. Then it also hits the chest at a different angle, which is probably good. Going for 8. The first couple of sets I did 10, but now my chest is kind of tired. Then supersetting that with single arm kettlebell rows, leaving one hand supporting on the bench. This allows me to, I guess, uh, stretch my lats in a way that I'm able to isolate the lats a little bit more and exaggerate the stretch. Going for 8 of these as well. So in previous videos, I've mentioned certain cues and some concepts about isolation and stuff that I wasn't necessarily adhering to within the superset, and probably won't really adhere to for the rest of the workout. Like I think there's a place for each kind of training. Like I think if bodybuilding is done right, well, done right is subjective, but I think the idea of like bodybuilding exercises, I think become bad when it's people start limiting their range of motion in a quest for moving more weight. And uh, yeah, so I think that's the main problem with it. And so if you notice when I'm doing the chest presses and the rows, I make sure to get through full stretch and remove too much momentum out of the equation, which reduces the likelihood that I will get tight after doing all of this. Uh, I would probably argue that it's probably not as quote unquote functional as like doing clean, snatch, sled, and farmer walk and stuff. But yeah, there is a time and place for everything. Anyway, going to do this for 4 to 6 sets, then on to the next thing. For the next set of movements, going to do a modified single arm chest press and a single arm cable pull down. So I've been kind of going up a ladder, starting at 35 pounds. So I did one set with 35, one set with 40, one set with 45, and now onto the 50-pound dumbbell. So the modification with the chest press, there's a couple of things. So for one, I'm keeping both feet on the bench instead of the floor. This makes my core have to work harder to keep my body on the bench at the bottom of the press. And then the other thing is, as I come down, I'm going into reverse grip. And then as I'm pressing, I'm going to regular grip. Going for 8. Switching sides. Yeah, see, I'm not able to brace myself as well on the left side compared to the right side. And this is kind of the reason why I opted to go into to I'm using that side. So yeah, that's why I'm opting to have both my feet on the bench so that I can work whatever that imbalance is that makes it harder for me to stay on the bench when pressing on the left side versus the right. Then going to do a single arm lat pull down but floor seated. So the modification with this is at the top of the movement I have the palm facing away from me and I'm looking the opposite way. This creates a stretch that's a much more, I don't know, deep or whatever, as opposed to if you just had your head straight and had the palms facing like this. Going for 8 to 10. Another thing that I focus on all the time while doing any movement is having my tongue in contact with the roof of my mouth, popularly known as mewing. Switching sides. Oh. So yeah, doing this for 5 sets. And on to the next thing. For the final movement of today's workout, doing a combination pull-push. So going to do a cable row, and then at the same time going to do a shoulder press with the opposite hand, and kind of synchronizing both movements. So looks like this. And exaggerating the rotation to get more of the core involved. Switching sides. So yeah, not supersetting that with anything, just doing this. Yeah, so kind of a, I guess, simple workout relative to what I usually do, but effective stuff nevertheless. Going to probably go into the sauna now, and yeah, that'll probably be it for today's video. See you all tomorrow.